Ninth proof. The ninth proof for the existence of God found in the Holy Quran is that of revelation. Though I have placed this at number 9 in the list, it is in truth a magnificent proof which establishes the existence of God Almighty with full certitude. Allah the Exalted says in Surah Ibrahim, 14:28. Allah strengthens the believers with the word that is firmly established, both in the present life and in the hereafter, and Allah lets the wrongdoers go astray. And Allah does what He wills. Allah the Exalted strengthens the believers with the word that is firmly established, both in the present life and in the hereafter. Therefore, when Allah the Exalted speaks to a large number of people across all ages and periods, how can denial in His existence be justified? And it is not just that He discourses with His prophets and messengers, but He also speaks with saints, and at times, through His mercy, He even speaks to a poor servant of His to bring him solace. He has also spoken to a humble person like myself and confirmed the truth of His existence through His arguments. Further, He even talks with base and wicked individuals to force upon them a conclusive argument of His truth. So, at times, even lowly and evil sections of society experience dreams and revelations, the divine origins of which can be recognized from the fact that they possess news of the unseen which finds fulfillment at its appointed time, and clearly shows they did not emanate from the processes of the mind or dyspepsia. Sometimes, He reveals news of an occurrence hundreds of years into the future so that there is no danger it can be confused with current events which might be seen as having had a bearing on the dream, and which happen to subsequently transpire by chance. Accordingly, both the Holy Quran and the Torah not only mention, but also describe in clear terms, the advancements that have taken place under Christianity today and left the world astonished. Indeed, they also allude to those events that are yet to transpire. First, we can take the following example in Surah At-Takwir, 81:5. And when the she-camels, 10-month pregnant, are abandoned. That is, a time will come when camels will be made redundant. In a hadith of Muslim this is explained in the following terms in Muslim, p. 78, 2000 Riyadh, hadith number 243. Camels will no longer be utilized. That is, camels will no longer be utilized. In the present age this prophecy has been fulfilled with the development of the railway. The sayings of the Holy Prophet contain such manifest intimations of this, they are able to conjure up images before one's eyes which make it abundantly clear that the prophetic word was referring to a new mode of transportation that would run with the power of steam and blow mountains of smoke ahead of itself. In terms of its utility and its capacity to load objects, it would be like a donkey, it would make noise as it travels and so forth. Second, in Surah At-Takwir, 81:11. And when books are spread abroad, that is, books and scriptures would be widely published. Today, because of the innovation of the printing press, the massive extent to which books are now available requires no explanation. Third, in Surah At-Takwir, 81:8. And when people are brought together, that is, the fostering of human relationships and ease of communication is more evident in this age than in any other. Fourth, in Surah An-Nazi'at, 79:7-8. This will happen on the day when the quaking earth shall quake. And a second quaking shall follow it. That is, powerful earthquakes would strike with more regularity and leave the earth shaken. With regards to this too, the present age has been marked by many such calamities. Fifth, in Surah Bani Israel, 17:59. There is not a township but we shall destroy it before the day of resurrection, or punish it. Accordingly, in the present time, numerous fatalities have been caused by the plague, earthquakes, raging storms, volcanic eruptions and wars. Currently, so many potential avenues to death have opened up, and with such force, that when taken as a whole, no similar example can be found at any other point in history. As for Islam, it is a religion which has in every century, given rise to such people who have been honored with divine revelation and who have through extraordinary signs manifested the truth of the existence of a powerful and living being whose intentions emanate from wisdom. God revealed the following revelation to the chosen one of this age at a moment of great helplessness and anonymity. Barahini Ahmadiyya Part 3, Ruhani Hazan Volume 1, p. 267. That is, people will come to you by every distant track, so much so that the paths they take will become well worn with use. Men whom we shall direct through revelation from heaven will help you. You should not be discourteous towards those who visit you and be not tired by their large number. Is this a minor event or a sign to be dismissed without due consideration that an individual from a village unknown to the civilized world makes a claim as the one above, and then despite fierce opposition and constraints, the world witnesses people from America, Africa, and all other places gather where he is? The number of these people swells so large that to greet and shake hands with them all is not the task of a normal person. They are a people of great influence, yet they forsake their homeland and take up residence here, and the name of Kadayan is made famous throughout the world. In a second instance, a Christian from America called Alexander Dowie claimed to be a prophet and published the following vile words: I pray to God that Islam should soon disappear from the world. O God, accept this prayer of mine. O God, destroy Islam. Leaves of Healing, December 19, 1903. Only our leader, the promised Messiah, confronted him and published an announcement saying, O you who claim to be a prophet, enter a Mubahala with me. Our contest will be conducted through prayer, and both of us will pray to God Almighty that he causes to die first, whichever one of us is a liar. The Telegraph, July 5, 1903. To which he insolently replied, Do you think that I shall reply to these gnats and flies? If I put my foot on them I would crush out their lives. Leaves of Healing, December 1903. But in the same announcement of August 23, 1903, the promised Messiah said that even if Dowie ran away from this challenge, a great catastrophe would still befall his home of Zion. The promised Messiah prayed, O my God, my most perfect and absolute God, decide this matter quickly and expose the lies of Dowie before the people. And then, my worthy readers, let me tell you what happened next. A man who lived the life of a prince and possessed 70 million in currency saw his wife and son become his enemies, and his father issued a handbill that claimed his son was of illegitimate birth. He was struck by paralysis and lost his mind to his grief. Finally, in March 1907, in a state of regret and misery, he died exactly as God had revealed to his chosen one, and just as the promised Messiah had foretold in his announcement of February 20, 1907. He wrote that God had said to him, I shall manifest a fresh sign which will bring great victory. This sign will be for the whole world. Tadkira, p. 920, 2009 ed. His death was a sign of the existence of God. This was a victory given to the promised Messiah over the old and new order of the Christian world. As a third example, let us take the Aryas who dominate over this country and were once led by Lekram. In the booklet Karamat-us Sadiqeen, published in the month of Safar 1311 Hijri, the promised Messiah recorded the following prophecy, which he states was given to him as a result of the acceptance of his prayer. God has disclosed to me that within 6 years from today's date this man would be afflicted with great torment on account of his reviling the Holy Prophet, may peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. Then in an announcement of February 22, 1893, he foretold the manner of his death. Barakat-ud-Dua, Ruhani Hazan Volume 6, p. 33. That is, Lekram is like the Samaritan golden calf out of which issues a sound that is devoid of spirituality. Hence, he will be afflicted with the same torment that struck the Samaritan golden calf. As everyone is aware, the Samaritan golden calf was cut into pieces, burned, and then its ashes were thrown in the river. Then on April 2, 1893, the promised Messiah saw a dream in which a strongly built man of hideous appearance, who seemed to be more from among the angels of wrath than from among men, asks where Lekram is. 30 Again in the following verse found in Karamat-us Sadiqeen, he also stipulated the date of his demise. My Lord gave me the good news and said, you will recognize the day of joy which will be closest to the day of the Eid. Tadkira, p.314, 2009 ed. That is, the day after Eid is Saturday. Then, O Lekram, why do you revile Muhammad, may peace and blessings of Allah be upon him? Why are you not afraid of his sword which will cut you down to pieces? Tadkira, p.293-294, 2009 ed. Thus 5 years prior to the event, the promised Messiah wrote and described how Lekram would be killed. Ultimately, Lekram was killed on March 6, 1897, and with one voice all people accepted that this prophecy had been fulfilled in clear and manifest terms and was a decisive proof of the existence of God. Thus divine revelation is such a conclusive proof that denying the existence of God in its presence is the height of shamelessness.